Hello there, and welcome again to Stendy Farms Homestead. Um, you know, as homesteaders, we spend a lot of time talking about food and about medicinal cures and herbology and different things that we can use for our own health. Of course, food is extremely important because whoever controls your food really controls you, and it's important that we have our own independence in that way and in that path. But additionally, folks like us really need to be capable of handling other aspects of the homestead. So look forward to videos we'll be putting out on anything from auto mechanics to refinishing furniture, etc. Today I'm working on a carpentry project. I took the roof off my deck about a year ago, and there's a lot of moisture in our basement now as a result, and I'm going to be putting that back together. So I'm going to walk you through the process of putting it back together again and cutting the rafters and building it. And this is going to be part one. I'll probably have a part two after that.
Stendy Farms.
Here's my porch. I did the framework a few weeks ago, and I did all the staining and painting on the components before even assembling it, so it would be easier than doing all that trapeze work of climbing around trying to do it with a paintbrush later on. So now I'm cutting my rafters. I use two saws. Basically, I have one that I use for straight cuts, and the other one I use for my angles, so I don't have to readjust the saw. This cut here is at a slight angle, so I run that through with a different saw. This cut here is called a bird's mouth, and basically it's 3 inches wide, which is the size of two 2x10s that I'm using for my header up on the up there. That's where they will rest, between here and there. So what I'm doing though is, because I'm not sure of what the other end of this is, because the house was kind of got some issues with the plumbness of the wall. So instead of me cutting both ends, I'm only going to cut the tail end, because as long as this mark to here is right, then I know that my fascia and my soffit will both sit properly, and I'll get a nice straight line. Then at this end, where it meets the house or the ridge on the top, I'm going to leave that undone. I'll snap a line and I'll cut each one individually so that I can get a straight line all the way. That way I can cut them all to the exact length, and they'll all be proper. So first I have a template that I use. I made this one, I measured this one. The template's good, I made adjustments on it, and I'm going to use this as my pattern to cut all the rest of them to make sure that they're all right. So I mark my fascia. All right, my rafters are all cut now. What's key in this installation is to have the ceiling flat. Here's my chalk line. This is a previous line here, but this is my chalk line here. To follow this line down, and that's going to be the bottom side of the rafters. I felt it was more important to have that straight, since there's a belly in the wall near the door, and to get that out and just make sure that the bottom side, so when I put my ceiling in, that's going to be straight. So because I already made all of the cuts from my bird's mouth to the tail, you see I did it on all of them, then all I had to do was measure from my mark. This is the outside of the tail mark that I'm talking about right here. I measure from this point up to the top to my chalk line, the bottom of the rafter, and that I know is going to give me a sure line for a tight cut. From that mark there to the bottom of my cut here. My next cut is to put a square cut perpendicular to this face back for a notch for my joist hanger, so that it sits flush on the plate. Then I take the joist hanger, stick it in the slot, hammer it till it's flush, and this rafter is ready to go up. Using these joist hangers, I put a notch in the bottom. I just cut a line in here that will fit the joist hanger, and then I just hammered it in. See, that way it sits flush, and the weight from the top is directly down onto the seat of the joist hanger and not on an angle. If it was set at an angle, it really wouldn't give me the support I need. So I just cut a slot with the circular saw, and then just hammered it in, and then I'll just do my toenails through here and of course into the plate, and that will be my support. Traditionally, log cabins have been made with covered porches because there really is an easy ability to add a flashing unless you cut it into the log or put it behind like a split log siding. So if it's covered, then that basically gives you your protection and keeps the water, 8-10 feet away from the house. Snap lines to make sure that my purlins go in straight, just for neatness.
Okay, so here are my purlins all installed. They are spaced 18 inches. They're 1x6 pressure treated, and that'll be a good surface for my metal roof to sit on. So this is the end of part 1. Thank you so much for coming by and joining me, and look forward to part 2. Please like and subscribe. As always, have a great day.